Philippians 4:12 and 13 says, I know how to get along with humble means, and I know how to get along in prosperity. And in any and every circumstance, I've learned the secret of being filled and going hungry. Both have abundance and suffering need. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Well, if you're joining us in reading through this 90-day reading plan, today's reading is Philippians 4, and I encourage you to read that passage. Well, verses 12 and 13 seem to strike home in the American culture. We think of ourselves as being incredibly rich. We think of ourselves as having that which is necessary to provide our needs. Our church building programs, our budgets, and our money just spent on anything seems to say that we really don't need God, but that we can supply our needs. That experientially is not true. Our American culture, in some ways, is very poor. It's poor in the fact that we are self-reliant. It's poor in the fact that we tend to hide our needs and present ourselves in a way which seems that we're rich and successful. And it is poor in the fact that this way of thinking is increased by our actions toward those who are in need. Now, we might drive by a homeless person and think, why don't they just get a job when the economy is so good? We listen to people in the news telling us about the problems in our schools, and we ask, why don't they just get down to the basics and teach history, reading and writing and arithmetic? Even though these are very valid questions, in reality they may show us where our mind is. Frankly, if you just work hard, you can do anything. Nothing could be less biblical. Each of the apostles struggled. Many in the early church died because of their faith in Christ. Paul is very clear that these verses have been times of poverty as well as times of abundance. God blesses us as we have needs, and he has clearly blessed those in the United States more abundantly than possibly any other place. But what do we do with our wealth? And I'm not just speaking of our money. There are children in school who need tutoring, and our churches do not set up places to tutor them. There are children and families who go hungry every night, and we who have plenty don't look out for them. This is not to say that we don't care and that we don't give, but it is to say that we need to face hard realities. How much of our lives are given in service to Christ?